As the 2025 NWSL playoffs approach, one thing is abundantly clear: women's soccer is no longer a niche market or a side conversation in global sports. It's a thriving billion-dollar movement that's reshaping how investors, fans, and sponsors view the future of professional athletics. With the championship set for November 22nd, this year's postseason is more than just a sporting spectacle. It's a reflection of how far the women's game has come and how much bigger it's about to get. For years, the National Women's Soccer League, NWSL, fought uphill battles, from underfunded teams and limited broadcast deals to poor working conditions and administrative instability. But now, all that's changing. The 2025 season represents a turning point. Packed stadiums, international stars, major investors, and television deals that rival mid-tier men's leagues. This is not just a feel-good sports story, it's a business revolution. A league at its peak. The 2025 playoff picture. The 2025 NWSL regular season has been one of the most competitive in recent memory. With decision day approaching, every club still has something to fight for. The Portland Thorns remain the league's gold standard, combining star power with consistent success. Yet challengers like the San Diego Wave, Kansas City Current, and NJ/NY Gotham FC have proven they can compete with the best, both on and off the pitch. The league's expanded playoff format has only intensified the stakes. 8 teams will battle it out in late October for a shot at the championship, and there's a sense that anyone can win. That parity didn't happen by chance. It's the result of deliberate investment. Teams are now hiring data analysts, mental performance coaches, and international scouts to give themselves a competitive edge. The depth of competition is also being driven by the NWSL's growing global reputation. Players from top European leagues, including France's Division I Feminine and England's Women's Super League, are signing with NWSL teams not just for the paycheck, but for the exposure and intensity. The American League's physicality, pace, and visibility make it a proving ground for world-class talent. A fan base that's redefining engagement. If the NWSL of the early 2000s struggled to fill bleachers, the 2025 version is struggling to find enough seats. But what's truly remarkable is that this success isn't confined to big markets. Smaller market teams like the North Carolina Courage and the Utah Royals have seen massive local turnouts, driven by youth soccer programs and deep-rooted fan culture. Soccer-specific stadiums have become hubs of regional pride, and merchandise, from replica jerseys to scarves, often sells out within hours of release. On social media, NWSL engagement is through the roof. The league's TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram presence has exploded, reaching millions of new fans every week. Players like Trinity Rodman and Sophia Smith have become both sporting icons and social influencers, with sponsorships and fan bases that transcend the traditional sports audience. The business boom. Corporate America bets big. Behind the scenes, the financial transformation is staggering. The NWSL has shifted from a struggling league to a corporate darling. Authenticity. In a media landscape saturated with scandals, contract disputes, and brand fatigue, the NWSL represents a refreshing alternative. Athletes who inspire, communities that connect, and narratives that empower. For brands seeking emotional storytelling and audience trust, that's gold. Franchise valuations tell the story in numbers. In 2018, an NWSL team could be purchased for around $3 to $5 million. Today, valuations have skyrocketed past $100 million for top-tier clubs like Angel City FC and San Diego Wave. Investors see not just a sports league, but a cultural property with global growth potential. Cultural shift from underdog to cultural powerhouse. The success of the NWSL isn't just about economics, it's cultural. For decades, women's sports were dismissed as secondary entertainment, something to tune into after the men's season ended. That mindset is collapsing. Data and dollars, the business metrics behind the boom. In 2025, the NWSL is drawing more eyes, dollars, and headlines than ever before. Let's break down the growth in tangible terms. Viewership, average TV ratings are up nearly 40% year over year. The 2024 championship match was watched by over 2 million viewers, a league record. Merchandise sales. Team stores are reporting double-digit growth, especially for customizable player jerseys and limited edition releases. Expansion. New franchises in Boston, Bay FC, and Utah are bringing in massive ownership groups, celebrity investors, and untapped regional markets. Social media. The league's online engagement metrics rival those of some NBA and MLB teams. The youth demographic, particularly Gen Z women, has become a cornerstone of NWSL fandom. One of the biggest catalysts for this boom was the 2023 Women's World Cup, which drew record global audiences and catapulted new stars into the spotlight. Countries like Spain, England, and the US saw unprecedented levels of interest, and the NWSL has benefited directly. The league's ability to retain and attract international talent means fans can continue following their favorite players long after the World Cup ends. The connection between club and country has never been stronger. In fact, some analysts believe that the NWSL's competitive structure, financial stability, and media presence could soon make it the premier women's league in the world, surpassing even Europe's top divisions. The championship game on November 22nd promises not only elite soccer, but also a cultural moment, a celebration of what the NWSL has built. Expect record attendance, star-studded crowds, and global media coverage that once seemed unimaginable for women's club soccer. But for league executives, the NWSL's rise isn't happening in isolation. It's part of a larger wave that includes record attendance for the WNBA, increased investment in women's tennis, and growing sponsorships for female athletes in golf, cycling, and even motorsport. The global sports economy is recognizing that women's leagues represent untapped markets with massive upside potential. Final whistle, the new era of women's soccer. As the 2025 NWSL playoffs unfold, one truth stands out. This isn't just the rise of a league, it's the rise of a movement. Every goal scored, every record broken, and every sold-out stadium adds another chapter to the story of women's soccer finally claiming its rightful place in the global sports hierarchy. The NWSL has become a living case study in what happens when passion meets investment and when talent is finally given the platform it deserves. What began as a modest project is now a full-fledged sports empire, one that's inspiring millions and proving that women's sports are not a side note, but the headline. And when the championship whistle blows on November 22nd, it will symbolize much more than a title. It will mark the moment women's soccer truly became a global business powerhouse, a testament to resilience, vision, and the undeniable appeal of the beautiful game. Before you go, which team do you think will rise to the top this postseason? Drop your predictions below, hit like, and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of modern sports. The best stories are just getting started.